You really shouldn't be listening in on a performer when he's practicing for something. It's rude.
Terribly sorry.
Well, I believe I believe listening to a fellow musician can help them to improve and possibly offer feedback.
I don't want feedback right now.
Something bothering you, brother?
Roll diplomacy.
Okay.
Well, Ivan's there,
Okay.
so we're good.
Oh my.
I can help out.
Okay, Ivan, your turn. Better.
I'm so glad we're not actually getting nat ones, but what is with being so close to nat one that it's uncomfortable?
Putting us on edge.
The dice are like, enjoy your tension.
Dice.
All right, so it's like you see Valil looking to the left and right, and says, "Look, this is really personal." He looks towards both Jalaram and Ivan. I'm going to need an oath, all right, that you won't say anything about this to anyone, or at the very least, don't mention me by name.
All right.
All right.
You have our word.
All right. Come in.
All right.
All right. He shuts the door behind him.
Oh, dang it! I thought I was going to be able to listen in. Ah.
Did you hear about the new law being proposed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently about mixed races.
Yeah, reproducing outside of the species.
What are your thoughts on it?
I don't know. About 50-50.
Yeah. It would be better for the survival of the race, but at the same time, you know, comes with a whole new host of problems that the politicians should also consider.
No, yeah. If you really think about it, almost contradictory. If we have our cause, well, kind of hurts the cause if we have no people to follow said cause.
True.
It's that's what I expected you to say.
What do you think about this whole thing?
I don't. That's
Yeah,
just
no.
it. I can't. That's just it. I haven't stopped since a few days ago. Just, I'm struggling with emotions, strange emotions, not emotions I don't understand. Like emotions that feel wrong yet right, and everything's going topsy turvy. I don't know what's.
What types of emotions are you feeling? Like, for what triggered this?
You see him looking very, very fearful. I don't...
Brother, you have our word.
Yeah. I could say from personal experience, there are no wrong types of emotions. It's just how you choose to express them and let them out. And since it's only the two of us here, and we made an oath, you feel free to tell us anything that would make you feel better.
All right. King Ravis, I look up to him very, very much, and I owe him everything, but there was a point when I wanted to betray him.
Oh?
What
very
happened?
recently. There were... You know how we're keeping the cattle up north, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the
He was using them as a bargaining chip, and help me, I felt sympathy for them. I wanted to stop him. I wanted to save those kids, even though I know what our king was doing was far home. I felt sympathy for the cattle.
That is interesting.
Please, you can't.
Very unique.
Don't tell anyone about this, please.
I'm not telling.
Absolutely not.
I refuse to tell anyone outside of this.
You have our word.
All right. Just.
Well, let me ask you. If you weren't in this situation, and you had a choice, would you release the cattle?
No, it's that. We do need them, but it's.
Complicated.
Yes. I can understand you're caught between loyalty to your people and loyalty to your own ideology.
But that's the thing. My own ideology shouldn't matter. It's the drow should be everything. So why do I feel this? I'm starting to think I can't be trusted.
Don't say that. You are worth just as much to this people as every other individual within it. You have unique worth, and your opinion matters just as much as anybody else's. I wouldn't say go around preaching it to the heavens, but don't cram it deep down inside you to the point where you expel it completely. We are all small pieces of one bigger puzzle that is our people. And if a piece gets removed by their own will or someone else's will, the puzzle will not be complete. Your opinions matter. I can tell you that much.
It's... Just think I'm going to make a wrong decision at some point. Then I'm going to... feel like I'm going to doom everything. Everything we worked for, it's going to fall apart because of me.
Maybe it won't.
Yes.
How can you tell?
To be honest, well,
We can't. That's why we have to prepare for every possibility, but...
I guess it's more of what you think is just, rather than what everyone else. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Belil
It's
stands
complicated.
up. I understand you're trying. I think I just need to be alone for a bit.
All right.
Rhyme comes to knock on the door because she just remembered something.
In a moment.
I'm terribly sorry, but this is about His Majesty. Brother Sorn was looking for you earlier, Brother Valil, and he said that His Majesty was looking for you. I only just remembered, and I deeply apologize.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they would.
I do not know what you were speaking of. However, I felt that I should let you know before it got too late, and you might have gotten into more trouble.
Thank you. He stands up. Thanks for trying with the pep talk. It's good to know. It's good to know that. I feel like such an idiot. I bet if Ravis were here, he'd probably tell me the same thing.
It's not idiotic to have your own personal opinion. Trust me.
Yes. Well, if that personal opinion jeopardizes those you care about, I think it does matter. I need to go talk to King Ravis.
Safe travels, brother.
Safe travels. Yeah, you see him walking by, but he doesn't really have that perky bounce to his step that you've seen before. It's more of a slump.
Wait. Sirius turns to Sabal. Maybe we could take care of his problem for him, so we don't have to. So he doesn't have to worry about the pigs in the pen.
That wouldn't be a bad idea, but at the same time, I don't want to jeopardize everything we are working for here.
Still, I care. Still, I care about our brother.
As do I.
All right. Jalormus Sirius opens the door.
I do hope he feels better soon. He looked very sullen as he left.
He's going through a lot at the moment, and hopefully at some point we might be able to ease his pain a bit.
Well, he is one of our heroes. I do hope we can be of some service to him at some point.
Right. Amber. Yeah. Amber, where you are, you hear sounds of combat coming from the other side of this door.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Sister Accordia, what do you hear?
Give me a moment. She's quietly... No. Okay, she knocks on the door.
Oh, bless you, Bliss.
All right, you hear a voice coming from the other side. It's open.
Right. She pushes it open.
All right. You walk inside. As you walk in, you see a group of drow children about Rayan's age who seem to be running combat drills. Two children are sparring with wooden swords. One of them, a taller, more muscular boy for his age, is being put on the defensive by his smaller, quicker opponent. Cruel walks up to them. No, stop. What was that? The larger boy looks confused. We were following the sequence? I get that, but why exactly? The two kids are looking at each other like that they have no idea what's going on. All right. You're twice the size of your opponent. Why are you avoiding contact? Well, the guidebook said books say lots of things. A lot of it ain't true. You gotta think for yourself. If you blocked him head on, do you really think he's getting past you? The boys are still don't seem to understand. Okay. Cruel turns around and points at Amber. You, over here! I need an example.
Amber quietly walks over.
All right.
Emphasize the quiet.
All right. Cruel walks over to Amber. Look at this person. He grabs your hand. See this? He starts slapping it. Calluses. And he moves over to your upper arm and then puts his hand on your bicep. You see how much muscle there is there? And then he moves over to the legs and then just gives them a slap. See that? This is someone who could probably knock you flat on your butt with a knuckle sandwich. And then Cruel looks at Amber directly. So, how did you learn to fight? Did you follow a manual like it was gospel?
If you must know, Hero Cruel, survival.
Interesting. And how many fights have you won versus lost?
I've lost enough to educate myself how to get better.
What would you say, how many, compared to your wins, how many have you lost?
Well, let's just say that I'm still standing and they are not.
And that Cruel like gives a gesture to Amber. It's like, and while he's looking at the kids, that's my point. Look, kids, I'm not saying the book is completely wrong, but you need to fight with what works best for you. That reminds me. He looks towards Amber. Any advice you would like to give them?
Amber looks to them, trying not to show pity. Learn from your mistakes. Hold your head up. Remember, you are important. Remember that others count on you. Do what you can and learn from what you have not accomplished. Never stop trying to get better. Amber crosses her arms.
All right, you two. Run it again, but this time with everything that we've just instructed. So the two begin to spar once more, but this time the bigger kid takes Cruel's advice and Amber's advice, and is now the smaller one on the defensive as he tries to duck and weave from the larger one's blows. It goes on for about 2 minutes until eventually Cruel just raises his hand. All right, take a break, you two. Not bad, kids. A couple rough edges, but you're learning fast. Just remember to use what works for you. Take advantage of your own strengths. Don't just do what a guidebook tells you all the time. The kids exit the arena and they appear to be, like smiling, like beaming with pride.
Excellent teachings, Brother Cruel.
Yes. And that Cruel looks towards Amber. Hey, thanks for that. Never thought I'd be the one teaching this lesson to people, considering.
Yes. It is interesting when you're on that side of the fence.
You see another figure walk in.
Cruel. What you told those cadets? I seem to recall teaching you much the same thing when you were younger.
Well, yeah, I mean, saw that the kid was being dumb as I was back then, and I thought I'd help.
Indeed. That is precisely why I asked our best warrior to help train them.
Well, I mean, I'm not as good as you. I mean, you're the one who made me this good, and well, I think. You see that this big, hulking, monstrous drow is kind of looking at his feet and shuffling them from side to side. Amber, you're looking at his face, and there's an odd discoloration. You realize he's blushing.
You sell yourself short. In matters of combat, you have long surpassed me. You've become a stronger warrior than I ever thought possible, Cruel. I'm proud of you.
You see a very just dopey grin just spread across Cruel's features, and he's just kind of rubbing his arm.
And we are all very grateful for both of you. Rhyme does a female version of what would be considered a soldier's bow.
Kind words, Miss...
Alora Tassaran, Your Highness.
You in the records room. Did you find what you were looking for?
Yes, Brother Zelnus of Regrowth's works were very fascinating. His new research, I hadn't seen anything like it before. It was concerning, but enlightening.
You see a pang flick across, like Robsgiver started the name Zelnus, but then his expression just goes neutral again.
She puts a fist over her heart. I still mourn for him as well, Your Highness.
Thank you. Even now, his wisdom is a credit to us all. As for why I'm here, I was simply taking a break from the war room and checking if other departments were running smoothly. So this is a load off my mind. Keep up the good work. I'll see you later, Cruel.
Ravis leaves the way he came, and Cruel's Cruel just kind of a little walks out with Rihanna with a little bounce to his step.
Oh my gosh, that's actually adorable.
Cute.
I'm gonna say
Out
right
of character.
now, Dougie's gonna eat this up.
Oh, we know!
Out of character, Cruel is a poor little puppy, and I really wish he wasn't a bad guy, but I mean, he's just a poor kicked puppy, okay? Just
Yeah,
He's a poor abused pity.
Yes!
yeah, we
Pity
really
me
wanted.
for love!
We really wanted to use this session to give more character development to Cruel because we never meant for him to just be the silent Jason Voorhees type.
Yeah. Well, but
Yeah.
he does a very good job with it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. He looks towards. Sirius looks towards the group. Yeah, I almost kind of feel bad for the guy.
Yes. Things
Same.
during Loth's very uncomfortable again.
Yeah.
Shall
Jaminia walks forward, but I believe we should get back to finding the. She gulps. Cattle.
yes, the barn.
I believe
Time is of the
it's up
essence.
north. I believe it's up north. We should probably head that way.
All right. All right. So you head up north and you come to a fork in the road. As you read the signs.
Yep.
All right. As you read the signs, you see that one place goes to, for lack of a better word, the barn, and one goes to the palace.
Mm.
Yeah. Nyan mentions to you. Remember what they said. The fire elf children are being basically treated like royalty, so that's probably where they're at.
And who's in the barn?
Then perhaps.
We should probably take a look.
Hmm. Who wants to? So who thinks we should? So who should go to royalty and who should visit the sty?
Now hold one moment.
I think I'm going to visit the barn.
Hold on one moment.
Oh,
Seriously.
holding on.
She clicks her detect thoughts medallion while scratching her chest again. She's very itchy today. And she's listening around other people's thoughts to see if anyone is taking any heed of their conversation.
Other than a couple of the guards that you can't really read their thoughts, no one really seems to be paying attention to you.
Well, I believe Nyan and I are we are very interested in seeing the palace. But I think actually the barn might be a little bit more up your alley. She looks to Sirius and Sabal.
Mm. Very well. Accordia?
And Brother Baron, I believe you should go as well. If they get their hands sullied by any of the cattle, you'll be able to help.
I agree, Brother Baron.
Accordion, my love, will you accompany us to the barn?
If I must.
This entire session is making my stomach hurt.
It's hurting us too!
Sister Dritty, I recommend you stick with Laura and Nyan.
Yes. All right. So continue.
Hold on. Alora says, "What if they screen us with anti-magic again?"
Oh, true. Dred-
Yes.
Yes, true. Deridia, come with me.
Yes.
All right, so the 5 of you are heading over to the barns while Nyan and Rhyme and Tantamyle's also going with the other group.
Yeah, Tantamile. It's nice to see that they have a beast with them.
Yes.
She's having fun being a displacer beast. She's like snarling at people coming along, looking intimidating.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just out of character. Displacer beasts are my favorite creature in D&D.
Oh.
Cool.
Do you know what's interesting? Blink dogs, literally the very first monster you encountered, are the natural enemies of displacer beasts.
Yeah. I just love their one of their abilities. It's just really cool.
I think they just look gorgeous.
I don't even know what they look like, but anyway.
I'll show you a picture later.
Think like panthers, but they have.
I would rather we get on with it because we're dragging. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
So you enter the bathhouse you enter the palace, and you specifically go to the bathhouse area where you see the children kind of soaking solemnly in the pool.
Come, little children.
No.
Away.
Stop.
Sorry, this is what first came to my mind.
Of course it is.
It's okay.
Get on with it!
I don't know what else to do.
All right, so Nyan walks in. There they are. Okay, so how are we going to get them out?
I unfortunately don't know any.
What?
Oh,
Can't
you're
hear you.
a little low again.
Blah! Better?
Yeah.
Hear that one?
Kind of.
I mean, technically speaking, I do believe I could make them invisible. Not actually casting it, just seeing if I can. Touch! Oh, okay, yeah!
Where is it? So you're both invisible.
No, I mean, I could make the kids invisible.
All right, but the kids see you approaching, and they're kind of like moving backwards.
Rhyme looks over at Nyan. I don't know how to deal with people.
This is... Shoot, I did not anticipate this. She starts looking around, and she sees that a couple of attendants aren't really paying attention to them.
I don't even see any attendants. Where are they?
Eh.
I think that just
Didn't phase it.
Imagination.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I
So
just
Nyan,
wasn't sure.
yeah, it's okay. But yeah, so Nyan says, "All right, well, we know where they are, at the very least. So maybe we should concoct a plan with everyone else before we actually do anything."
To be honest, Nyan, and I hate suggesting this, I wish we could just... They are at least being treated well. Wish we could... It feels like we should... Again, hate suggesting this. It feels like we should just leave them here, since they are being treated well, till we have a better plan, or at least until we invade and can teleport them out with perhaps Faye Byrne's magic. Because I don't have any teleportation spells, and the only way I can make them invisible would be to touch them, and I'd have to escort them back to the teleportation pad immediately.
That's... I don't know. It's on one hand, it's what you say makes logical sense, but I'd rather get them out of here on
Logical.
principle.
Lakes magical sense.
But at the it makes logical sense. But at the same time, I'd rather them out of here on principle.
I know, and I understand, and I just don't quite know how to do so.
That's why I suggested we go back to that. We regroup and think of a plan.
Yes, I suppose. Oh.
All right. So moving.
Wait. Does Rhyme remember what the name of the fire elf leader was? Or do I have to do like a knowledge history? Lavendia?
Yes.
Do I have to? Should I roll a knowledge history just to make sure, or should I just?
No.
Okay. She goes over to the pool and puts her hands up, like she's like, "I don't want to hurt you." And she has her detect thoughts medallion on. Are they listening? Are they paying attention to us?
Oh yeah, they haven't. Their eyes haven't left you ever since.
No. I meant I'm so sorry. The attendants. I'm so sorry.
No, they still haven't noticed you yet.
Okay. She puts her hands up as if like, I mean you no harm. Lavendia sent us. Rhyme puts her hands up and says, Lavendia sent us. We want to take you home.
They're looking at each other and they're a little nervous.
We will come back for you. We can't take you now, but we will come back for you. Rhyme tries to think of a way that they'll believe her, but she really can't think of anything.
Nyan moves over to Rhyme. We'll show them with actions, not words.
Of course. I just don't want them to be too afraid.
All right, so moving over to... Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't want to have art depicting this next section for one reason or another, but I will describe it.
Okay.
As you head towards the area you are supposed to go, the first thing that hits you is the smell.
Oh,
It
no.
smells like body odor and pollutants. You get closer to the stables, and what can be pathetically be called beds are stacked so closely together with little in the way of anything resembling privacy. You'd swear a slaughterhouse had more space and cleanliness. Then there's the people. You see a large collection of several races, almost looking like walking skeletons. Each have sunken-in eyes, bony flesh, and shaved heads. Surrounding them are dozens of drow guards that looking very disinterested in them. Some of them look either disinterested or disgusted.
Okay. I'm just gonna mute myself.
I don't want to describe what I already am picturing what this is. Yep. And it's in my head, and it's not leaving. Okay, moving on.
Not gonna vocalize it.
What you're thinking about, it probably is right.
Alright, so as you're kind of recovering from the shock and disgust of what you're seeing, you hear a voice echoing on the wind. Good day, prisoners. We shall greet the midday with the daily affirmation. Until you had been rescued by the drow, your lives had been wasted, doomed to cruel, pointless deaths and meaningless lives in your scrabble for self-gratification. But now, through Ravus's majesty, you will find true peace and a meaningful end. Your lives will soon serve a higher purpose than you could have ever dreamed. Do not be afraid. Rather rejoice, for peace and glory await all, even the unworthy such as yourselves.
100% not okay.
Oh.
Previous scene. Aw, the drow are kind of cute. This scene. This scene.
In case you need a reminding that these people are bad.
No, I think it's pretty obvious now.
Amber whispers to Ivan.
Yeah, Ani, you're muted.
Sorry, it's like I was gonna say I'll give my analysis later. Just go ahead.
Sable, I know for a fact I cannot break all of these guards' necks in one go. What are the odds of getting all these people out at once without being noticed?
Very slim, but we need to do it fast so nobody finds out about it.
There's so many guards around. Jaminia, there's so many guards around. How are we going to be able to slip by them? I don't think a distraction is going to work. They'd see through that instantly.
Do they all have amulets that disable magic?
They, as you look at them, they appear to have amulets, but they do not appear to be active.
Okay.
It
I am brainstorming.
DM, may I roll? Sorry. Go ahead.
I had an idea, but
DM, may I roll sense motive?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what. All right. Let's see.
Yes. Yes, and I should also let you know. Yes, and I should also let you know that there are hundreds here, possibly thousands.
oh, okay. Well, my idea
of guards or
went out the
people?
window.
Prisoners. Hundreds
prisoners.
and possibly thousands of prisoners.
Okay, there's no way my plan would work.
Wow, comparing it to
All right.
Spire really was accurate.
And even if we try to get them all out at once, it's a 2 to 3 hour recharge. So
Not to mention
go.
that they'll notice that something's gone very quickly.
right.
And then Jaminia
36.
says,
Let's see what we get.
so we would only be able to get some of them out.
All right. So I roll a 36 on sense motive.
What are you trying to sense the motive of?
Looking at a plan. Trying to come up with a plan to
So, chess strategy roll.
chess strategy roll.
Okay. So you're looking around, and the guards do have anti-magic amulets. However, it doesn't appear that they're active. You notice that other guards outside had anti-magic amulets, but they were active. And you made a point not to get too close to them. So, whatever magic would work here would probably not work out there, as well as unless you did something about it.
Seems like that's the obstacle we need to tackle first, then.
Okay, I just thought of another idea, but there's no way either of you would go for it.
What is it? We're all sharing here.
Amber pulls Jalarim and Ivan in, as well as Owen.
Oh, careful with Owen.
Yeah, I'll be careful
Yeah.
with Owen. You said they have magical amulets at the entrance.
Right.
Yes.
If I were to cause a big enough distraction, would that give you enough time to get them out?
Absolutely not. They'll sound up alarm, and then all the other drow guards will be on us. So that is not.
Yeah.
That's not an option.
What
If
about
there's- if
calling
there's some kind of-
Boline?
If there's some kind of breach, then that means that those that are standing guard are going to up their security and be more alert. That's going to make things worse.
What about calling Boline while the distraction's ongoing?
Well, what would she be able to do? Would
She
be able
teleport
to
them all out,
all of them?
including you.
That's
I doubt even Boline's that powerful.
No, it will take multiple fairies to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should meet up with Ryman. We should meet up with Alora and see if we can butt heads together. See if we can get both the fire elves as well as these prisoners.
All right.
Can't just take a batch of them, Ivan. It's either all of them or none of them.
I know. That's why I said the more resources, the better. If it's possible to get all of these out with more combined efforts, we need to take it. At least now we know the lay of the land, and we can report back with what we know, so we can come up with a better plan.
All right.
All right.
Let's meet back up with Ryan. With Alora.
All right. So you all you retreat from the stables, and you meet back up with Nyan and Alora. So, what do you say?
We have a bit of a situation.
You're muted, honey.
As do we.
What's going on?
Well,
You share first.
We found them, but we have absolutely no way of getting them out. I mean, I could turn them invisible, and we could have snuck by them, but trying to keep 5 frightened children quiet would be very...
I do have Zone of Silence if you want my assistance for that.
We could, but then we could only get those children out and not the rest of the prisoners. I'm assuming that you saw what you saw.
And the palace
Yeah.
is a government, and the palace is a government building. It has anti-magic field guards in the front of it, but then again, those have to be activated.
That is
think-
They weren't, were they? Did you happen to see if they were active when you walked in?
They checked us as we walked in, but that's about it.
Well, that means that they're probably only checking people that they know are approaching. If we're invisible and they never see us coming, perhaps we could slip out unnoticed.
The problem is that I don't have enough invisibility for all of you and all of the children.
How much do you have? I do have a cone of invisibility. I mean, invisibility sphere, excuse me.
Let me see. Hold on one moment. Legit looking up. Hang on.
Yeah, because we could combine our efforts, maybe make a greater zone.
I have 6 uses, which would be enough for you, Ivan, and the 5 children.
All right. Let me take a look at my own as well, just to be sure. All right. Anyone who can surround me within 10 feet, if I use invisibility sphere, will be able to be hidden as well. So, good to know that.
Problem is, we'd have to find some place to cast the zone of invisibility. I could keep my amulet of detect thoughts on you. That way I'd always know where you are. But it's just finding privacy down here is nearly impossible.
True. There's always someone down your neck.
Well, Belial's currently absent.
We could use his home.
Should be. It wasn't locked when we left.
Right.
I think that's an idea.
I don't think he'll mind.
Okay. Then what I think should happen is Nyan and I will stay here. I will have my medallion turned on. You go, turn on you do zone of invisibility, and stay close and hold on to each other. Stay close together.
Right.
When you return, I will be able to detect you with my thoughts. Nyan and I'll turn off the medallion for a brief moment, but Nyan and I will go up to the front and get screened, and we'll go in. You will follow us once they have turned the medallions back off. I will turn my medallion back on so I can still track you, and you will follow us to where the children are.
All right. And where are we going to put the children when we get them out?
We're not. They will also be under invisibility. So I'm going to place each one of them under invisibility. They will hold on to one of you.
All right.
And you'll all follow us out into a line, and we'll immediately go back to the teleport.
All right.
Oh, but just in case, Jalum takes out the potion of move without trace. Since they're where exactly are the kids?
A bathhouse.
Water's gonna make noise. You're gonna have to have them take a swig of this.
Okay, I will take it, and
well, I did say I had Zone of Silence. If you don't want to waste it,
we could do that.
Yes,
that would actually be better because there are attendants nearby.
Yes.
That way they wouldn't hear us speaking to the children, saying, "Hey, we're here to help you."
Yes.
I just hope this works. I truly hope this works.
And at worst, I can pick a couple up.
Yes.
That could be comforting.
Nyan?
Yes?
Are you prepared to perhaps you and I fight our way out? I want them to get out as easily as possible. They can go whatever direction they want to. They can jump out of a window for all I care, as long as we provide a distraction. They get the kids out. That is the most important thing.
We can get the kids out and still not cause a scene. We're just going to have to be very careful.
I know, but I'm just asking, if it comes to that, are you ready?
She's... You see that she's hesitating a little bit. I don't know.
I don't want it to come to that either.
No, it's just... Julverin is my cousin.
Oh, goody, that means she's mine too.
It's... She was part of our organization. But then she was captured and changed.
Likely placed under doctor's orders.
Yes. The thing is, when you're out there, strapped to a cross, I consider that lucky. At least you still have your mind. Venom only mutilates their bodies. The doctor, she mutilates your soul.
Rhyme, thinking of Faye, says, I'm aware. I don't intend to kill anyone. I will try, at least. But, are you ready to incapacitate? No one said anything about kill.
No, it's... You've seen the way Jewel acts. I'm scared of becoming that.
I won't let you.
You're sure?
Of course. You've seen my work.
Well, if I can count on you to make sure I die as myself, then I think that's good enough for me.
If that's what you wish.
All right. Let's do this.
Alrighty.
All right. So, step one.
Panic.
We probably need to be on a different map to do the invisibility stuff.
Yeah. Or I could just we could say we're there and I could cast it if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So going to move. So you're moving towards the Drow Palace, and when you're sure that no one is seeing you, you cast the spheres of invisibility and silence.
Sphere of invisibility and zone of silence. Oh, hang on a second. That one didn't go through. Hang on.
Yeah, visibility, I think I'd have to click on yourself. That's why it won't work.
Yeah, but let's just say I casted it if you want.
Or Josh can force cast it.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try and do that.
Okay.
Character sheet, spells. Okay, so Zone of Silence and locate creatures.
To the zone
where's...
of silence.
There we go.
Stop.
Okay.
Yeah, a little over 2 hours. We got
affected, so we can, if we're in the zone, we can still see each other, so we'll be able to keep an eye on the kids.
Yeah.
So yeah. But keep in mind that this invisibility sphere and zone of silence, it's look at the different radiuses, so you're gonna have to be like a little bit bunched up.
Yeah, we'll huddle together.
Yes.
Tantamile goes on top of Amber's head.
Could I make a request on their behalf, Josh?
Sure.
Give them a little bit of leeway for the fact that it can be tricky to maneuver your piece at Roll20.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basic. Yeah, I'm gonna basically say it's notional for a lot of this.
Yeah. Yay.
What does that mean?
Like notional, basically pretend it's there.
Okay.
It's like when you're doing field ops. It's like, okay, we're going to look for notional weapons cache. All your engagements will be notional, and since we don't have any rounds. So your engagements and shots will also be notional too.
Should we make
also
pew pew noises, sir?
Yes, you may. Also, chow is also notional, so I hope you brought food.
Okay, I think we get it from there.
All right, so moving on. So is this everyone under it, or is it or are Nyan and Rhyme excluded?
Nyan and Rhyme are excluded. That way,
because they got to get us in first. So you know.
That way it doesn't look suspicious.
Yeah. All right, so Rhyme and Nyan enter back in. They briefly get scanned by the anti-magic amulets before they are let inside. And the rest of you kind of very huddled closely together, but making sure not to touch Owen.
Insert Drake and Josh reference here.
And they get in, or?
Yes.
Cool. Rhyme has her medallion of Detect Thoughts on. All right. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Amber, you carry 2 children.
Okay.
I think actually it would be better if the children were carried instead of follow us. So if some of you can take 2, that would be great, because I don't think Ivan can take any, and I don't want Owen to take any.
I'm still casting the spell. I can't do anything right now, so...
Even better.
Okay, it's like Amber kind of just looks at Rhyme, and it's like, Dragon, hello? I could probably take as many as I can carry.
Okay. Then can you take 3, do you think? They don't look very heavy.
If one climbs on my back, I can carry 2 and one in each
one
arm.
Climbs. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jalarum and you're invisible. Jalarum and Jaminia, please take 1 each as well.
We'll do.
That way they're both under both zones. You can't. I'm hearing you guys through Detect Thoughts. You're not actually like saying anything because Zone of Silence.
Yep.
But
yeah.
So I love this medallion. Thank goodness. I begged him for it. I'm like, please, this could be useful, and it works with her character.
All right, so you enter. So Rhyme and Nyan enter in and see the children, and then they're kind of looking between each other, not sure what to think.
I promised we would come back. We have. Going to get you out and get you home. Please, leave us. We have a way to get you out of here unseen and unheard. Will you trust us?
Okay, I'm going to have to ask you to roll diplomacy, Rhyme.
Yahoo!
You're on your own, guys.
Why don't I do dice?
I can't help you this time.
Dice.
What the fuck?
You asked and they answered.
I can't believe that just happened. Actually, I can because sentient bleeding dice.
You did it.
Oh my god.
Oh, don't die.
Please don't die.
Sorry, come back.
You can blame it all on Zach.
Okay, so the scream was legit, and that's why I was coughing. I'm sorry. I was just like, oh my god.
All right. So the kids look at your gentle face, and also looking at Nyan's face. They're looking between each other, and it's a sort of naive trust, but you can tell that they do trust you.
I just realized how this actually fits even better.
Mm-hmm.
Not only does it fit the dramatic moment and stuff, but as harsh as Rhyme is, it's been established from the very first session we met her, she's always been good with kids.
Anyways, so Rhyme sort of says, everyone come here. And she starts loading the children onto the people. Yep.
Everybody on the bus.
Okay.
Everybody in the bus. Yes. So Rhyme.
Invisibus.
So who's Miss Frizzle?
Now, Rhyme and Nyan are not in the thing because it would look suspicious if they never came out. So they're not invisible.
Yeah.
You guys just know where to go.
Okay. Right. So.
Nyan's before he does, Jalaram, just in case the zone of silence fails, he gives the bottle of
Pass without trace.
Of the pass without trace to one of the kids, just take a swig of this, just in case this doesn't work.
Well, it lasts 14 hours. I think we'll be okay.
I was supposed to save you from that, but all right.
Yeah. So, all right. So Nyan says. All right. So Nyan looks to Rhyme. All right. So we're just going to wait here.
For what?
All right.
They're going to the teleport pad. We should at least wait a moment and then follow after.
Yes.
We need to get back to that teleportation pad ASAP. I just want them to get clear of the castle. That way, in case they start suspecting us, they won't get caught up in it.
All right.
They don't have a reason. They don't have a reason to suspect us.
But... All right.
It's very tough.
See?
So a few tense, about a minute passes very, very tensely when you hear footsteps walking towards stops walking towards the bathhouse. It's
can I detect them with my detect thoughts or no?
Yes.
Okay, then I am casting 2 bouts of invisibility.
Yeah. Also, the kids are not in the bathhouse, so
just on I guess Rhyme and Nyan.
Yeah,
and then and at that point, Nyan's like, maybe we should run now.
Yes, we are. But she casted 2 things of invisibility.
All right, so.
And we're not going out the front door.
All right. So, all right. So everyone's walking out.
It's a pretty bathhouse.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's like, where's that person coming from? Dion says, where's that person coming from? And then do you point it out?
Yeah, sure, I guess. I don't know.
Nyan moves to where is it? I just had it. Alright.
I hate suspense.
Also,
Moves to where the attendant was. The attendant was approaching. Like, yeah, you can't. Moves to where the attendant was approaching. Quickly cups her hand over her mouth, and then you can see her squeezing her neck. It's like you hear muffling coming from the from the attendant before she just like slowly falls limp. Don't worry, she's not dead. She's just passed out.
Where can we put her so she wouldn't raise suspicion?
How many more invisibilities do you have?
Enough.
Wait.
I can just imagine like someone's. I just imagine like you just lay her down. All of a sudden, someone just walks over and just trips into the pool.
No. What I'm imagining, this whole like, a drow comes in, sees all the children gone. All I'm thinking is that scene in Robin Hood Men in Tights. I just found it was good news, and I'm in deep poop.
Basically, can we put her against like one of the benches? Like she just fell asleep on one of the benches.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All
right, so
she'll get in trouble for insubordination and dereliction of duty, but she won't die.
Maybe.
Well, you don't realize that maybe those penalties might result in.
I'm kidding, guys.
Anyway,
at least we didn't kill her.
Yeah.
Which is unusual for Ryan.
It's so unusual. I'm sorry.
Continuing.
I'm sorry. I'm
right,
sitting
so
here waiting for a scene.
After that, so after you guys exit the palace with a couple of kids in tow, I think we are going to hop across the continent.
Okay.
Yoink.
All right.
To Levither.
Phaethurin, you teleport into Lefither with Gareth and Lenore. What do you do?
Do either of you need anything like potions or anything like that before we go to House Legolar? Because I don't know what will happen when we set foot in there.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll try and watch from the outside until it appears that you need us.
All right.
And Nora said, "Yes, surprise attacks are my specialty."
All right. Just out of sight. I was supposed to come here alone.
All right. And if something bad happens, I'll bust down the door.
Okay, Faye makes her way to House Legolar. She stops outside of it.
Yes. You return to your childhood home. As you take in the familiar scenery, it awakens memories of your childhood. A strange tingle enters the pit of your stomach. You feel as if strange ghosts haunt the place. Shuddering that off and stealing your resolve. Right. You enter House Legolar. 1 minute. Paste. All right. And after you enter, it's like this will be helpful if this would work. Come on. Okay. And all right, you are right here.
OBS, please. Okay.
Okay, the new computer I have, I now see the particle effects, and it's so much better on the new laptop screen.
It's nice to have a laptop screen that's in one piece, huh?
Sorry, desktop screen. I'm sorry, Ellie.
Alright. Anyway.
All right, so you enter. As you enter the house, you are greeted by a shocking sight. 3 familiar figures appear to be suspended in the air and unmoving, surrounded by green miasma. Elvana relaxes in your father's chair, and what's odd is that her feet are pushed onto Eimer in an elven body.
What in the...
Ah, yes. Very good. You see, Verythern, this is my way of showing you that I meant what I said. You, stand up. You see Eimer just stand up and his head held low. Eimer, what color is the sky? Green. It is green. And if Verythern says it is blue, then it's blue. You see him like visibly shivering and shrinking. Ah, I can assure you that your gift has been well trained. As are the rest of them, though the others might still need a little bit more work. The feckless mother, the bratty cousin, the apathetic uncle, and the heartless father. All arbiters of your suffering, free for the punishment of your choosing. At least I had got this gift trained before you got here. Now say thank you.
Verythern says something extremely impolite at Elvana in Elvish.
I'm assuming you're going to Skype that to me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good.
I'm respecting the channel rating.
Go fiddle-dee-dee yourself.
Alright.
I understood that reference, by the way.
Send it to me too, Faye. Ellie, I'm curious.
Yeah, tell me later. I'm muting. Moop.
Wouch!
I applaud.
Wow! I mean, of all the things I expected, that one wasn't it, but I mean, I expected.
I'm gonna guess it was nasty.
I expected a vitriolic response, but I underestimated how vitriolic.
It's flipping, Ellie. What were you expecting?
It was simultaneously exactly and not at all what I expected. So,
Hang on, Bliss. I'll Skype it
Elvana-
to you too, since you asked.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So,
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Okay.
you see it. You see it.
You know what?
see
I'll just paste it in
Elvana's-
here since everybody's probably gonna want to know. I'll just delete it later.
All right. So Elvana's smile just slowly lowers. I am not enjoying being treated this way. I tried to do something nice for you, and you're spitting in my face.
Or something nice for me is treating my family this way.
They treated you terribly.
And I chose to rise above it. This is not a gift. This is a punishment for not obeying you.
A punishment? No. See, oh dear, you're looking at this too wrong. Listen, this is an olive branch. You see, I've developed a knack for getting to the very core of someone's being to get them to cooperate. Using a combination of spells, soulbind, true resurrection, etc. I'm sure you and I could talk for hours about magic or books. I would love engaging a mind as clever as yours. And all this can stop if you just say 2 words. I'm sorry.
Wait, is it voice? Oh wow, it is. Okay.
Wait, where?
Oh no, the magic seal looks like the seal of Orichalcos. But anyway, Faithorn looks at her family and at her mother in particular.
They appear to have like glossed over faces. They don't appear to have any sort of stimulation going on. It's almost like they're asleep in the air.
Why would you think that this is anything resembling what I want? You want to help me? Then help me to understand.
I think it would be perfectly natural for someone to wish retribution on those who have wronged them.
She looks at Eimer. And she points at him specifically. How?
As I said, soulbind, true resurrection, and a little bit of special magic on my own. I'm sure you've enjoyed my spell book. And I know I did ask you to bring me something, but at this point it's moot.
He is alive again.
Yes, he really is alive again. And he's free for you to do whatever you want to him. You could, even inflicting just a fraction of the suffering he caused you. Doesn't he deserve that much?
Bear what he deserves.
Isn't it not the right thing to do? Is it not right for someone who has been wronged as much as you to get what they deserve?
I have. by finding the people that love me and that I love. I don't need retribution, and I don't need to see people suffer. I don't understand why you do.
Then it appears that I will have to show you.
Theothorn quickly tells Lucid to fly somewhere else.
All right. I'm going to have to ask you to roll initiative.
Lucid's chilling in this tree over here.
Where is he? Where'd you put him?
He's over here. He's over in this tree right over here.
I see it.
All right.